Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular scheduled council meeting of Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. Let the record show all councilors are present. At this time, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Move on to adds, deletes, add consent agendas number 17, 18, and 19. Add department committee reports number 3C and delete department committee reports number 3A. Could I have approval of the agenda?
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweiberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Move on to approval of minutes. Approve the minutes of the Hibbing City Council meeting of April 2nd, 2025. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman. Support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 2, move on to approve the minutes of the Hibbing City Council workshop, April 2nd, 2025. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweiberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to the public hearing. Notice of public hearing to vacate that portion of 32nd Street West from 7th Avenue West to 8th Avenue West, respectively, all in Philman subdivision. So at this time, if anybody wishes to speak, they can. It is a 5-minute limit. I do time it, and when we get to 4 minutes, I'll raise my hand just so you know you have 1 minute left to go. So anybody that would like to speak?
Good afternoon. My name's Michael Tyson, and
Could you,
myself.
Michael, could you please, the one thing I need is name and address. I need your address also. Your address.
3206 7th Avenue West.
Very good, thank you.
Myself and Sam Adams are seeking to vacate a plotted street from 32nd Street from 7th Avenue West to 8th Avenue West. And the reason for us is that we do not want to see a finished street at this location. Once we get it vacated, it'll give us a more deal to take care of our properties on the west side of that street.
Is that it, Mike?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the vacate of this property? Is there anybody else that would like to speak to the vacate of this property? The third time, is there anybody else that want to speak to the vacating of this property? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to number 2. And Andy, that would be you, or?
Mayor, that's fine. Mayor, members of the council, there is a proposed resolution with respect to the request that was made by Mr. Tyson and Mr. Adams with regard to this matter. You've heard Mr. Tyson speak this evening with respect to his request. As I think I told you at the last workshop meeting, so for the council to approve a vacation per our ordinance, it has to be a unanimous vote. Mr. Story has made mention to me that the city has utilities running along the proposed avenue that is asked to be vacated here, as well as utilities that would cross through the alley there. So if you were going to consider that vacation, I would suggest you reserve the right to allow the city still have continuing a utility easement with respect to those utilities running both north and south and east and west along that line.
Okay, and that would make sense. I mean, they're city utilities, we do have to be able to access them.
Because per Mr. Tyson, I agree with him. If in fact you vacate that property of that street would become the private landowner's property going forward.
Right. Mr. Story, would you like to speak to this at all?
Mayor, Council, just looking at it, like Andy covered it, we do have utilities in that corridor. We do not have any plans to extend 32nd Street in this area, so that's all I got.
Okay. So what I heard you say, Mr. Borland, was we would want a right-of-way agreement
We would
as part
just,
of the vacate.
the vacation would include a reservation of an easement for
Or easement,
utilities
yes.
for the city.
Okay,
That includes the public utilities, but for the city utilities that are located within that proposed vacated area. So we wouldn't be asking for anything from writing from them.
Right.
We would just reserve that as a part of the
Vacate.
document, should you decide to vote in
Okay.
favor of the vacation.
very good. All right. Hearing what Mr. Borland had to say, wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion for that resolution 250417.
Okay, we have a motion by Counselor Hoffman Sockman, support.
Support.
Support by Counselor Schweberger. Any other discussion or questions for Mr. Borland or Mr. Story? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Unanimous. All right, we'll move on to consent agenda. Number one, approve the accounts payable check number 179743 through 179847 and drafts dated April 10th, 2025, an amount of $963,114.09. Two, approve the city payroll ending April 11th, 2025, an amount of $621,443.63. Three, approve the cash investment report for the quarter ending 3/31/2025. Four, approve the sewer rate study. Five, approve the facility use agreement between the City Hibbing and the Kicks for Fun Soccer Club for the 2025 soccer season. Six, declare a garage pressure washer as surplus. Seven, declare the Cat 936 wheel loader as surplus. Eight, approve the updated accounting clerk job description. Nine, authorize the creation and posting of one full-time accounting clerk. 10, authorize the hire of summer students for city services, cemetery, and public works. 11, approve the advancement of Jack Matty to Sergeant 2 with the Hibbing Police Department effective April 17, 2025. 12, approve the out-of-state travel to Chehalis, Washington for Brian Warner of the Fire Department for April 28th through May 1st for final inspection and sign off on a new ambulance. 13, approve the peddler of transient merchant license request for Kaylee Doyle during business at Twisted Sisters Pretzel Company, Hill Doyle Enterprises. 14, approve the Ralph Grid application request to Hibbing Public Access Television to conduct bingo on May 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd at the Hibbing Elks Club. 15, approve the special events permit request of the Hibbing Kiwanis Club to host its annual pancake feed on April 23rd, 2025 in the Hibbing Memorial Building dining room. 16, approve the special events permit request of the Hibbing Police Department to host kids, cops, and cars on May 13 at the Memorial Building. 17, approve the raffle permit of PEO Chapter DE to have a raffle on Tuesday, May 6, 2025 at St. James Episcopal Church. 18, authorize the mayor to sign the Hibbing's letter of support for the Hibbing Historical Society's request of up to $7,500 towards digitizing the Hibbing Daily newspaper. 19, approve the 2025 transient merchant license Trent Janisich of the ice cream truck to sell ice cream products in Hibbing. 20, set a special Hibbing City Council meeting for Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Hibbing City Council chamber for the purpose of approving accounts payable, public safety bid packages, licenses, and permits. 21, set the next Hibbing City Council meeting for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Hibbing City Council chambers. And lastly, set the next Hibbing City Council workshop meeting for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025 in the Hibbing City Council chamber following the regular meeting at 5 p.m. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read and published.
We have a motion by Councilor Hoffman Sockman. Support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Hildebrand. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Very good. Do we have anything for public forum? Just open public forum, okay. This time we'll move on to department and committee reports. First off, Community Economic Developer, Ms. Betsy Olavante. Good evening,
Good
Betsy.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. In front of you tonight is a request to approve Resolution 250418, requesting free conveyance of tax forfeited parcel from St. Louis County for public right-of-way. This is to support, in July of 2024, the city designated parcel ID 139-0050-04676 for the HRA's multifamily development, committing to make the site shovel-ready and conveying it at no charge. The HRA secured the funding in December of 2024, requiring the city to take the next steps to advance the project. The site chosen by City Council requires a new road to be built to access the parcel. The proposed road is essential infrastructure for the new housing development and will support economic growth and community well-being. St. Louis County owns this parcel and has indicated a willingness to convey the parcel at no cost to the city or HRA to construct this road to provide access to the Hibbing Housing and Redevelopment Authority's new development site. Further, this road will enhance accessibility, support development, and benefit residents in the neighborhood as overall. So tonight, I'm in front of you requesting approval of Resolution 250418.
Okay, hearing what Ms. Olivanti had to say about transfer of right-of-way from county to the city at no cost, wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Bayless,
Support.
support by Councilor Fossil. Any other discussion? I have
Mr.
one-
Mayor, it was conveyance of the parcel.
Okay, the parcel, I'm sorry. What is the time frame as far as once we approve this tonight, if it's approved, of this to go through?
So then it will go to the the St. Louis County Board of Commissioners. They
Okay.
will have to approve it as well, then the deed will be recorded, et cetera. So Andy, I don't know, does that take a couple of months to go through?
Depending on the timing of the county board meeting, would probably be the key there.
Okay, very good.
But they are aware of this and ready for it
And
once they
supported,
receive
all
it.
right. Any discussion? Any other discussion? Hearing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Betsy. Building official, Mr. Green. Just shorten my name.
Mayor and council, this is a plat exemption. Railroad Authority would be taking one large lot and dividing it into 3 parcels. The reason is for their property comes right up to the neighboring house that has a yard, and this person, Hugh Hardy, would be purchasing the 2 smaller parcels to square off his lot. Right now, it juts out into the railroad property.
Okay.
So, it met all the conditions for plat exemption. The planning commission voted for approval to the council.
Very good. Hearing what Mr. Green had to say regarding plat exemption, request for Hugh Hardy, wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Whitney,
Support.
support by Councilor Fossil. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thanks.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Green. Mr. Borland?
Mayor, members of the council, within your packet, I believe this evening, you have a proposed new ordinance for transportation network companies. Those are better known as lifts. We had this discussed at a previous workshop. It's been posted now for the requisite time frame that the council could adopt this ordinance, and that's why it's in front of you for consideration this evening.
Very good. So what we're hearing is offer ordinance number 451. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion? So this has provision that Councilor Whitney had mentioned, that just a little bit of change.
So this is a slightly different, Mayor. I think Councilor Whitney was specifically talking about the taxi ordinance.
Oh, okay.
This is with regard to lifts, so
Okay.
we'll talk about the taxi in just a minute.
Okay, this was to lift, all right, very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. C.
Mayor, members of the council, what's in front of you this evening and has been posted previously is a modification to the home business definition within our
Okay.
zoning code. We're taking this a little bit out of order because the tweaks that Councilor Whitney suggested in the taxi ordinance haven't been posted for the requisite time frame at this point in time, so we have to take that up in May. But one of the things we did have to do was exempt taxi cabs from being a home business. And that's the only change with regard to this definition of home business. It's specifically, we added a line that says that taxi cab businesses would be exempt from the home business definition, such that you could have one in a residential area. That's what is in front of you for considerations this evening. We anticipate at the next regularly scheduled meeting, that's when you'll see the taxi cab final ordinance be approved.
Very good. Hearing what Mr. Borland had to say, offer ordinance number 450. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Schweberger. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Mayor.
Move on to Mr. Krasinski.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, nothing from my office this
Okay,
evening.
nothing from the city administrator's report. All right, at this time, we'll move on to bids and quotes. And first up, city engineer, Mr. Story.
Mayor, council, we accepted quotes for the 2025 striping project. Low quotes from Sir Lines-A-Lot, the amount of $28,261.55. The estimate we had was $29,158.74. So we have a total budget of $55,000 for the year for street painting, which includes our crosswalks, handicap parking, things like that. So I'm asking council to approve this quote from Sir Lines-A-Lot in the amount of $28,261.55.
Okay, hearing what Mr. Story had to say regarding approving a quote for Lines-A-Lot striping, wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. B, Mr. Story.
Mayor, council, we opened bids and awarded bids for the 23rd Street reconstruction project. That's a state aid project, so we do have to do materials testing on that project to receive the state aid funds. The amount from Braun Intertech is $35,952.50. We will be reimbursed this amount through our state aid funds, so I'm asking council to award this quote for these services.
Okay, we're looking for support for Braun Intertech for materials testing, wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil,
Support.
support by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. Discussion, Jesse, what is the cost of this 23rd Street project overall? Is it gonna be?
With Hibbing Public Utilities, we're right around $3.6 million.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. C, Mr. Story.
Mayor, council attaches a quote from L&L Rental for the purchase of 36 culverts for public works projects. We use these, we go through this year, we look at all the streets for our paving project for next year, replace any culverts that are bad. So we do have $38,250 budgeted. This quote is for $38,031.06, and I'm asking for council approval.
So we'll look for council approval for a quote of 36 new culverts. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless,
Support.
support by Counselor Hildebrand. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. D, Mr. Story.
Mayor, council, this is a quote for 200 300-gallon plastic containers. With these containers, we already purchased 100 this year. We put those out. We're replacing our 2-yard steel cans with these 300-gallon cans that can be picked up with our the current truck we use for residential cans. What we're trying to do is phase out a style of truck so we can use one truck for different purposes.
Nice.
So far, with this purchase, we'll be at $126,800. We did budget $129,000. So I'm asking council to approve the quote from Snyder Refuse in the amount of $83,950.
Okay, hearing what Mr. Story had to say regarding refuse containers from Snyder Refuse. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll move on to,
Mayor?
oh, you're gonna handle that?
I'll take this
Very
one.
good.
Mayor, council, our fleet manager is here at the last meeting talking about purchasing a trailer with funds that we get from selling our equipment that we put on auction. So attaches a quote from RMS for a FT24 equipment trailer. This will be used to haul our skid steer and mini excavator. The current trailer we have no longer passes DOT inspection. So we're asking for council to approve this purchase in the amount of $26,284.48.
Okay, hearing what Mr. Story had to say regarding an equipment trailer. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil,
Support.
supported by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. Jesse, we figured we'll cover that with what we're selling out in
Yep.
equipment, used equipment?
Yeah, the surplus equipment that we have sold and we are currently selling right now, will cover this and some.
Very good. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
We move on to board and commissions. So the first up is Heritage Preservation Commission. We have three terms, one 3-year term ending on 12/31/28, one ending on 12/31/27, and 2-year term ending 3-year term ending on 12/31/28, 2-year term 12/31/27, 1-year term 12/31/26. And we have 3 applicants. So first, we'll go the 3-year term ending 12/31/28, and I need a motion. Anybody want to nominate?
I would like to nominate Patricia Sturl.
Okay, we have a nomination of Patricia Sturl. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any other nominations for the 3-year term? Any other nominations for the 3-year term? Any other nominations for the 3-year term? Hearing none, City Clerk, if we could, Candy, if you could please do roll call.
Yep, I sure will. Thank you, Mayor. We'll start with Counselor Bayless,
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand,
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Yes.
Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweiberger,
Yes.
and Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we have unanimous for Patricia Sturl.
Thank you.
Okay, we're looking for nomination for 1 2-year term ending 12/31/27. Wishes of the council.
Nominate Vince Nelson.
Vince Nelson, we have a nomination for Vince Nelson. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Counselor Hildebrand.
Me.
Oh, I'm sorry. For Counselor Whitney. Okay, so we have a support. Is there any other nominations for the 1 2-year term? Any other nominations? Any other nominations for the 1 2-year term ending 12/31/27? Hearing none, I'll pass it on to you,
Thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Upwa.
Counselor Bayless,
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Yes.
Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweiberger,
Yes.
Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we have unanimous for Vince Nelson. Now we have to fill one-year term ending 12/31/26. And wishes of the council.
I'll nominate Ms. Mackey.
We have a nominate from Counselor Whitney for Ms. Mackey. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. We have no other nominations, so we'll move on to
Thank
City Clerk, Ms. Upwa.
Thank you. Counselor Bayless,
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand,
Support.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Yes.
Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweiberger,
Yes.
Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that is full for Heritage Preservation Commission. We now move on to the Human Rights Commission. We have 1 3-year term ending 12/31/28, 2-year term ending 12/31/27, and 1-year term ending 12/31/26. So what we're looking for is nomination, wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll nominate Dana,
Gristanich.
thank you, for the 3-year term.
Very good. We have a nomination for Dana Gristanich. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Schweiberger. Is there any other nominations? Is there any other nominations? Any other nominations for a 3-year term? Hearing none, I'll pass this on to Ms. Upwa.
Thank you, Mayor. Counselor Bayless,
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand,
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Yes.
Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweiberger,
Yes.
and Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we move on to the 1 2-year term ending 12/31/27. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll nominate Stacy Steinberg.
Stacy Steinberg, very good. We have a nomination by Counselor Whitney. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. Is there any other nomination for a 2-year term? Any other nomination for a 2-year term? Is there any other nomination for a 2-year term? Hearing none, I'll pass this on to Ms. Sepulveda.
Thank you, Mayor. Counselor Bayless.
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman.
Yes.
Counselor Whitney.
Yes.
Counselor Fossil.
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger.
Yes.
Mayor Hyduk.
Yes. At this time, we'll move on. We have a one-year term ending 12/31/26. Wishes of the council.
Mayor, I'll nominate Candace Jensen.
We have a nomination for Candace Jensen. Do we have a support? Second.
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Is there any other nomination? Is there any other nomination? Is there any other nomination? Hearing none, I'll turn that over to you, Ms. Sepulveda.
Thank you, Mayor. Counselor Bayless.
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman.
Yes.
Counselor Whitney.
Yes.
Counselor Fossil.
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger.
Yes.
And Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
That fills the Human Rights Commission. We now move on to Firefighter Civil Service Commission. And now we have a 1 3-year term ending 12/31/28, and we have 1 3-year term ending 12/31/27. That can't be right. That is right? Okay. All right. We have 2 nominations, Michael Ferdine and John Marinak. Wishes of the council.
Mayor, I'll nominate Michael Ferdine.
We have a nomination of Michael Ferdine. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Do we have any other nominations? Any other nominations? Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, Ms. Sepulveda?
Counselor Bayless.
In favor.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman.
Yes.
Counselor Whitney.
Yes.
Counselor Fossil.
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger.
Yes.
Mayor Hyduk.
Yes. We have 1 3-year term ending 12/31/27. Wishes of the council.
I will go with John Marinak.
We have a nomination by Mr. Schweberger for Mr. John Marinak.
Support.
Support by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. There is no other nomination, so I'll turn that right over to you, Ms. Sepulveda.
Thank you, Mayor. Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman Sockman.
Yes.
Counselor Whitney.
Yes.
Counselor Fossil.
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger.
Yes.
And Mayor Hyduk.
Yes.
Thank you.
With that being complete, I just want to thank everybody who had applied for our boards. It is very nice to see people showing an interest in filling our boards right now. Every board is important, and I thank everybody who had applied.
Mayor, and I
Yes.
just wanted to let you know, we do have interviews for the library next week.
Okay,
Excuse me, they're set up, so they would be on the next one.
next one will be library board. Very good.
Thank you.
All right, at that time, adjournment. Anybody motion for an adjournment?
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Bayless,
Support.
support by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.